Thank you all for joining. My name is Mike McClelland, Vice President of Strategic Clients. With me today is Jason Williams, who's our Director of Product Management here in the United States. Today, we'd like to present to you the first of many video series surrounding the Servion intellectual property when it comes to contact center as a service. This video series will focus on different aspects of Servion solutions designed to ensure that a contact center is running at peak performance, enabling a great customer experience. All of the solutions have been designed with simplicity, ease of use, and geared towards those that understand how contact centers work from both a line of business and technology perspective. Servion has over 2 decades of experience in the contact center market, so we hope you enjoy these video series. And Jason, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Mike. The SurfCloud Portal is a simple browser-based interface that enables call center supervisors and managers to make changes to agents, teams, skills, queues, and many other elements of the day-to-day operations of a contact center from a single place. Delivering a great customer experience means being able to make changes to your agent population rapidly. The ServCloud Portal enables this by ensuring that any changes made are reflected immediately by the Cisco HCS solution. As soon as an administrative user clicks Save, and the changes are applied immediately to the Cisco system. Let's take a look at how this works in practice. First of all, we're going to select an agent from the agent screen. As we can see, all sites in the system are currently selected, as I'm a site administrator, and we'll get onto that later. What I will do is I'll select the Princeton site, and that will now show me all of the agents available. To edit an agent, I simply click on the agent name, and that displays things like their name, their last name, first name, also login name. I can reset their password, promote them to a supervisor, disable their login, or even make changes to their skill groups by clicking the skill group, and it shows me their current assignments. I can then select the skills that I want to save to them, go onto their teams, it will show me their current teams, and what I'll do is I'll select a new team membership. After that, it is as simple as hitting the Save button, and those changes will be written to the system immediately.
Jason, it looks like that was very easy to use and make changes, but what about customers who are used to using the Cisco Tools? Does this stop them from using things like CCDM or ICM?
Not at all, Mike. The ServCloud Portal uses the Axle APIs published by Cisco, allowing us to have multiple users making changes using the ServCloud Portal, and also using the Cisco Tools with all the changes being honoured. This diagram shows how it works. We use a RESTful API via the ServCloud Portal, which then calls the CCDM and CUCDM interfaces, allowing us to make changes. This is exactly the way Cisco does it, and they use ICM and CUCM tools to make the same changes in HCS via CCDM and CUCDM. In this way, you can have multiple users on the portal, plus users in ICM and users in CUCM, all making changes in the system, and the Cisco HCS backend reconciles all those changes and ensures that they're all honoured.
I know clients find that very intriguing. Does this method allow more than just agent and skill administration to be done from the same place? For example, what about things like precision queues or even reason codes?
Yes, it does. The APIs allow Cisco developers, who are collaboration experts, to integrate multiple different tools into a single place. Precision queue management includes precision queue attributes, both proficiency and Boolean, and the precision queues themselves. In addition, the precision queue administration enables the ability to define queue steps and expressions within the queue steps, ensuring that the contact is always routed to an appropriately skilled agent every time. Let's first take a look at the attributes themselves. Attributes are either a Boolean, which is true or false, or a proficiency level. If I take a look at the proficiency level, this is simply a value from 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. And here I can simply select the agent screen, it shows me which agents are currently not assigned to this, and then I can select them and assign an appropriate proficiency level. That updates immediately. Then I go in, select the true or false value. As you can see, you can even change this to false. This will show me all the agents in the system that are good at, in this case, deflecting cancellations, and allow me to assign those. So I'm going to select a couple of agents. One of them will be set to false, the other to true, hit save, and once again these are updated into the system immediately. If I then take a look at the precision queue itself, here is where precision queues themselves can be adjusted. So if I add in a precision queue, and I'd call this about cancellations, what I may want to do is I want the most skilled agent first. I am going to have a negative impact from abandoned call. My service level threshold will be 20, and then I select my queue steps. First of all, I'm going to search for cancellations handle, so those that can handle cancellations, and then I am going to save that attribute. Once that attribute and precision queue has been saved, then I can go in and add some additional queue steps. So I select the cancellations queue right now. Then what I do is I take a look at the first step, cancellations is true, and then the expression I'm going to say is that I want all cancellations capability. So here we have the capability, and I want to say that has to be greater than or equal to at least an 8 before I continue, and I will hit save, and that is immediately saved. As you can see, very easy to make changes to both attributes and precision queues very rapidly from this one place. When it comes to reason codes, Servion has you covered there as well. Rather than opening a separate interface with different credentials, an admin can simply scroll down to the reason code selection and is able to administer both global and team reason codes. Team reason codes can then be assigned to a team using the team selection. Global codes can't be assigned to a team, as they appear for all agents regardless of team. So now I simply click on the reason code administration, and then that shows me all the reason codes currently configured in the system, and these are global and team. You'll note I can filter the categories. I'm showing everything. So let's add a reason code right now. We'll give it a label, which is home time. We are going to then select a category. This is going to be logout, and I'm going to make it a global code, and then I'm going to give it a code number. Once done, all I do is simply hit the save button, and then again this is immediately created in the system. Now all agents who are logged in will be able to select that reason code from their status when they're logging out. Many times the contact center also needs to provision new phones, including soft phones, also lines, and make changes to voicemail. The SurfCloud Portal has been designed to integrate with Call Manager to enable administration of phones, lines, DID ranges, voicemail and voicemail options, and assigning dedicated lines to agents. Having the ability to provision UC devices in addition to the more traditional contact center operations ensures a very streamlined workflow when onboarding new agents or making changes to existing agents or teams. Having a single interface for multiple operations reduces the amount of time taken swapping between different applications and the need to remember multiple usernames, passwords, and URLs.
So to take a step back, we've covered the day-to-day operations in a contact center, enabling agents, skills, queues, teams, and reason codes to be managed from a single interface. We also know that many contact centers also spend a lot of time administering phones and lines. Jason, is this something that the portal can also provide?
Taking a look at phone administration, we can see we have a lot of different options. These cover things like provisioning of lines, so when calls come in they get transitioned to an agent. Agent lines, so agents can have specific lines that are associated with them. Subscribers for voicemail options, and also direct DID ranges. For phone administration, we have included all of the options you would expect to see in Call Manager. So if I open up a particular site, what that will do is that will now list me all the phones for that site, so I can see them. I can then add a device or edit an existing device. If I add a phone, it allows me to select the product type, which is pulled from Call Manager, what protocol I'm using, and there I can fill in things like device name and its description. Call Manager gives its default device pool name, its location, template, and mobility mode, all of which can be changed as needed, and I can even assign an owner ID. If necessary, I can also enable extension mobility, pick the type of soft key template we're going to use, set how Do Not Disturb works, and even assign one or more lines to the system as I need to. Multiple lines can be assigned here, so if you have a hard phone, for instance, that supports 4 lines, I could add up to 4 lines here, even from different root partitions if I needed to.
It's very clear that the SurfCloud Portal is a comprehensive platform allowing administrators a significant amount of control over contact center operations. A common question we get, Jason, is, given how powerful it is, can you restrict access to what types of administration can be performed?
Servion takes the security of the administrative platform very seriously and have implemented a role-based approach to administration. Each customer will have 3 different types of administrative user that grants special rights in the system. A customer admin enables access to all sites within the system, whereas a site administrator will only see the site over which they have specific rights. One step below is a supervisor, and they only have rights to administer the agents within the teams where they are a designated supervisor. This allows contact center supervisors to self-manage their teams without giving them the ability to make changes to the contact center as a whole, potentially disrupting other agents and teams. As you can see here, we have the ability to add in new users. I'm a customer admin, so I can add in new administrative users. If I hit the Add User button, I select their role. If I select Site Admin, this will allow me to select the site over which they have administrative access, and then I can select a user in the system. Normally, this is going to be an Active Directory user that has been provisioned through Cisco, allowing you to access the system. This will then give you a login name, display name, and a distinguished name. Once created, they then have the ability to administer that site. A different user is a supervisor. If I select supervisor only, then I select the site as where they are going to have access. Then from the pick list, it will show me all of the supervisors currently in the system. I select that one, and then that will automatically provision them for everything I need to do.
Thank you, Jason, for running us through this. I assume we have some plans for the future. Anything you can share with us today?
I can't talk specifics, but I will say we are committed to pulling in additional administrative functions into the portal. We already have Acquion LCM administration in the portal today, allowing customers who need campaign management to administer their campaigns from the same management portal. Our longer term plans would also see us integrate other contact center services into the same administration portal to provide a unified experience from a single point. As Servion looks to the future of Cisco HCS and also Cisco Spark, we intend to enhance the administration portal to support additional services that Cisco introduce, while simultaneously adding in capabilities that are currently not exposed.
Jason, this has been great. For everybody watching the video, thank you for your time and attention today, and have a wonderful day.